Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One-of-a-kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy myself, they can't charge me.
Acho que não vou deixar você sair da minha vida. Sei que você vai gostar de estar no meio dessa briga. O que passou foi...
Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here for the LongIslandExchange.com and CognacsCorner.tv. And I'm here with this very, very fabulous, famous photographer, Holt Haynsworth.
Thank you. I'm glad you could be here tonight
Yes.
at my exhibition.
I'm having a spectacular time. Now, I understand that your father was a very, very famous photographer.
Yeah, he started 50 years ago, actually this year, and he passed away 2 years ago, but he started his career actually shooting this photograph at the age of 25 for the cover of Look magazine. It's Elizabeth
Yes.
Taylor.
I
Richard
see
Burton.
that. I
Yeah.
see. It's Elizabeth Taylor and it's Richard Burton, and they're somewhere on the beach in a cliff. And I understand the caption is, Richard Burton buys the most expensive fur coat in the world for Elizabeth Taylor.
That's right. It was actually it was a Neiman Marcus shoot. The coat belonged to Neiman's when they bought it, and that shoot was in Puerto Vallarta. What you don't know is that they were actually fighting on the rocks right there, and she nearly fell into the water at that point.
Well, she looks like she's a little pissed off. She looks like, okay, take the picture, hurry up, I'm pissed. That looks like it's going on right there.
That shoot was about 2 weeks in the making, and to actually get them there to actually photo shoot was quite a task, I hear.
Now, what kind of fur coat is she wearing? It looks like it's a mink coat.
It's most likely something that you can't get today.
It looks like a very, very expensive mink coat. Is it sable? Yeah, that's the most expensive fur coat in the world, which is sable. So now, how did your father get this particular? How was he able to get this?
He was contacted by a gentleman in Dallas from Neiman's, and asked him to. They had seen his portrait work. They asked him to fly out to Puerto Vallarta, and he was there for about 3 weeks with a gentleman named Tony Briggle, and they were trying to get this shot with him. And for the 2 weeks that they were actually trying to do it, they were, drinking every night, partying, and to actually get them to actually, sit down and do the photo shoot took a long time. So finally, they actually decided that they could, they got a call from Neiman saying, we got to get this shot. We got to get you guys home. So they finally got them to come down to the beach. And after this, there was a paparazzi race back to the hotel or to their home where they lived, and which involved them separating in cars and the paparazzi chasing them. So.
You don't know who the designer is
I
of the
don't
fur
know.
coat. You know
It was
something?
my father's era.
Do you want to know something? That may be a friend of mine, because he used to design fur coats. He's still around today, and he told me he used to make coats for Elizabeth Taylor, and he used to sell for Neiman Marcus. It might just be Jerry Sabera, because I'm going to find out that's his coat. I am definitely going to find out about this, because that looks like a Jerry Sabera fur to me. But anyway, that's an amazing photo. That really is a truly... Can we get a close-up of that picture? Let's get a close-up. famous photo that your father took. It's Grace Kelly. Now, who's the gentleman that she's sitting with?
That's Stanley Marcus.
Stanley Marcus.
This is when they came, in Dallas, there used to be fortnights, and every year they would do a theme for fortnight. And this year they actually invited the Prince of Monaco and Princess Grace to actually come to the fortnight, and they took them out to King's Ranch, and these are the photographs of them at that event. These photographs are very rare. Not many people have seen them, either one of these, just because simply it's...
I've never seen them. I have never ever seen any of these photos. They're amazing to look at. I think they're remarkable photos that your father took, and I think it's remarkable that you want to follow in your father's footsteps. But we're going to talk about that more later. Keep watching, darlings. Don't turn the channel. More with this famous photographer coming up. Tell my audience about this experience that your husband had with Elizabeth Taylor.
Well, when my late husband first met Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton on the shoot in Puerto Vallarta, she had heard his name and she had been in the movies for a very long time. And she expected a much older, seasoned photographer. And this young fellow, good looking, in his early 20s, showed up, and she couldn't believe it. She said, "Well, you're way too young, you're a boy." And she said, "Well, you must be damn good." And he was.
And he was.
And he was.
Yeah, and that was a very difficult shoot to do because I understand that they were arguing before that was going on.
They were arguing the whole time. I think it took 2 weeks to get them to settle down enough to be in one place and have a sable and a lot of jewels. It makes it more comfortable, don't you think?
Yes. Welcome back, darlings. I'm here with celebrity photographer, Holt Haynsworth. Holt, I'm looking at this gallery and the photos are amazing.
Well,
this particular picture is amazing. Now, children are very difficult subjects to work with. How did you capture his essence of his smiling like that? That's not easy to do.
Well, everything we do is about, the life of the shot. What I try to do is I capture the spirit of play, and at play, the spirit of the person I'm trying to shoot, rather than just someone just posing. So I do
took over your father's business. What is your goal now for the new year? What are your plans to evolve your company and your photography as an artist?
Well, as an artist, my goal is to really become, to further master my skills at what I do.
And to just get better at it.
We photograph between Dallas, New York, Palm Beach, and Florida. I travel literally all year round to these destinations photographing.
And photographing some of the most famous people in the world, like the Bush family too, right? Didn't you just photograph that?
We photographed the Bushes. We photographed the Ford family. We have the Queen Noor we did this year, and Hugh Hefner I photographed, and lots of...
my husband loves Hugh Hefner.
Well, no, we didn't.
What's there not to like about that guy, right?
Well, I'm the only guy who went to the mansion.
The Playboy Mansion? I think you're going to capture Princess Grace's daughter, just like your father captured the mom. Empress Rainier. I see that. I'm a little bit psychic. I think that's going to. I think that's the next thing on your agenda. Tell my audience, is there a website that they can go to find out more information about your work?
You can visit www.haynsworthphotography.com. That's HAYNSWORTH photography.com.
And you photograph all over, right? All over the world.
I travel everywhere. I do destination photography, and everything is custom portraiture for my clients, and I will go anywhere, but I specialize in Dallas, New York, Palm Beach, and Aspen. So.
One more time, the website.
It's www.haynsworthphotography.com.
You're going to give me a kiss goodbye, darling.
Oh, of course. Thank you for coming.
We'll be back in a moment, darling. So more celebrity interviews. Keep watching.
Ooh, ooh. I said cognac. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl.
This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.